Hi there, a little quick demo video on air dry clay just to show you how easy and how cool it is to use it. You don't need any particular tools. Best tools you can have are your hands. But look around the house, find knives, forks, lolly sticks, straws, cookie cutters, old skewers, Lego, anything. You can use virtually anything. If you want to roll it out and you haven't got a rolling pin, you've even got the middle of like a kitchen towel, kitchen paper that's quite sturdy. You can use that as a rolling pin. You don't need any particular tools. So first thing I'll show you is a pinch pot. So a pinch pot is just as it sounds. You're basically pushing your thumb or your finger, or even if your wee fingers are not strong enough, if you're only little, use like the end of a rolling pin or something round to go into it, and then you're basically pinching. So you're pinching round to open it up to a little pinch pot. And just keep moving it round, and with your fingers you'll be able to gauge the thickness of the walls on it. You don't want to go too thin because obviously then it's going to make the walls weak. But you don't want it equally to be thick and heavy. It'll take a long time to dry. So open that out, and that's a pinch pot. And from here you can do a whole load of different things with it. Let me just finish opening this up. Any air dry clay that you're not using, keep it covered in a bag or under a cover. It will dry out quite quickly. When you're working with it, if you feel it drying out, if you've got an old water bottle, spray it or just sprinkle it with water, and that just rehydrates it, makes it easier for working with. Right, so there's a pinch pot. So let me show you some of the things that you can do with a pinch pot. All of these things here are all air dry clay pinch pots. So you can just leave them rustic, and you can then use your paint to decorate it in any way you want. I'll show you these ones as well. These have all been, once they're dry, they don't need to be completely dry to paint them, but fairly dry. You can use poster paints, acrylic paints, any paints at all, cheapest paints from wherever, doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be specific paints. You can paint them all, and then once the paint is dry you can actually write on top of them with like a Sharpies, so you can create quite cool effects. That's another wee one as well for Valentine's Day coming up. You put like a wee tea light or something in it. Yeah, so you can do it on top of it with Sharpie pens to add to the decoration of it, like that. Once you've painted it all, you can either cover it with a clear varnish. You don't have to use varnish. You don't in fact have to cover it. You can leave it like that. But if you want it to be a little bit stronger and have a sheen on it, should have put my hair up, it's annoying me. You can cover it with white PVA glue, and although when you're covering it you'll think, oh, it's gone all white, it will dry clear and it will make your piece that little bit much stronger. Sorry, I'm just going to do this and get that out of the way. There we go, that's better. Yeah, so little pinch pots, trinket dishes, candle holders, fine to put candles in them. It's even fine to put, like, say if you've got like sweets that are wrapped, just not food or liquid. If you put any liquid, any food, they'll go mushy again, so they'll go back to how they were. They're not like clay that's been fired in an oven. You have to actually just use it for decorative purposes. I'm going to show you today how to make this little monster. So you can make little pinch pot monsters. So all you'll do to make this little guy here, now I've made so many of these with people over the last few years, and you can just go to town and make them in any way you like. So you basically turn your pinch pot over, and that's your monster's head, like that. So then you're ready to start adding things to it. So we've got extra clay. We'll make many eyes. We'll just give it 2 eyes. So we'll roll up the eyes and I'll show you how to connect them. So basically, if you're adding any piece of clay onto another piece of clay, you have to join it, you have to connect it. If I was just to sit the eye on top like that, and it looks to you like you think, oh, it's stuck, it's fine. It's not stuck. When that's dry, it will fall off. So you have to connect it. So it doesn't even matter if you've got tools, if you've got your finger, and I'll show you. You just make it a little bit rough with the edge of your fingernail, like that. Water, brush, kind of squash it in, make it a little bit yucky to stick it. Then squeeze down your eye, squeeze down your other eye, and now your monster's got two eyes. So what could we use for the inside of the eye? We've got a straw. Let's use this straw. And I'm just going to push that straw into the middle, and then his eyes look a bit more exciting like that. For a tongue, I'll show you how to make a tongue. Take a piece of clay that's a little bit bigger, and we're going to make it into like a sausage. Make it into a sausage shape, and then squeeze it flat. Obviously, depending on what kind of monster you're making. It could be a little tongue, a big tongue, a fork tongue, or no tongue. It doesn't have to have a tongue. It can be any kind of monster, like I said. So you just do the same. Just give it a bit of a rough surface to attach to. Put some water on. Just keep checking that you can see all this from where my camera is. I think we'll turn it that way. Stick his little tongue in. I think we'll put it up a little bit, will we? Yeah, we'll put it up. A while ago I had some older students who were making these, and they curled the tongue up at the end and they used it for sitting their phone on. So their phone would then sit in there. So it was their phone monster basically. So there he is, he's got that. What else will we give him? Give him a couple of little ears. You can basically just have a think about what you want to make. You know, you don't need to make any of these things that I'm showing you today. You can look online. There's a whole load of things online that you can find. Pinterest is brilliant for ideas. If you just put in air dry clay projects, you'll find loads of ideas. Or get a bit of paper and a pen and just jot down some ideas. Design something yourself. Little ears. Let's just attach them like that. That's his ears. Okay, what else will we give him? I'll show you how to make teeth. Now, rather than putting on individual teeth, I'll show you an easier way. So you take another piece of clay, roll it in to a long kind of worm, and then what you're going to do is you're going to press it down, press 4 sides down. Don't know if you can see that. Press, turn it round. So it's almost like a long cuboid. There we go. I'll use my knife and we'll cut off the ends so he's not got wonky teeth at the end. And then what we'll do is mark the top and round to the front, the teeth, like that. Make it rough. Spend more time doing it than I'm doing just now because you don't want the things falling out. These wee false teeth falling out in the middle of the night. And then you're just going to attach his teeth the same way. I'll probably make them longer, but they'll do for now. just to show you. And that's him got some little teeth. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll leave him at that. So monsters, it can just be decorative. It doesn't need to be for anything. You can put, I don't know, jewellery in it. You can put baubles, coins. Someone a long time ago kept their inhaler in it. Someone who had asthma, it was their asthma monster. They kept their inhaler in it, which is quite cool. So that's him. Let me show you some other things. If you're rolling things out and you have cutter, you can make little trinket dishes. This little trinket dish, which is quite cute. These are all air dry clay and it looks so effective. Here's another one. This was just rolled out, a big heart cutter, and then I've got like letter stamps I put in, but you could just write like with a Sharpie pen whatever you want on it, and then it's got like a wee tea light on it. If you want to do a kind of wall hanging, you can roll out a slab of clay, cut whatever shape. Doesn't even need to be like an owl, like an animal. It can be patterns. It can be just patterns and texture and colour for a little wall hanging. Just always remember to attach every little piece individually really well so that it sticks. What else? I'll show you. I'll show you this one. This is a little wall hanging, and you could put fingerprints in it. So you could do fingerprints, you could do a plaque with a hand in it, but we made all this, and if you haven't got the people there to actually put their fingerprints in it, you can leave it and then just use some kind of ink or paint to do their fingerprints or their thumbprints, and then it's a wee kind of personalised plaque, which is quite cool. What else have we got? Incense holder for putting your incense in. There's another one. It's a little rose. Then if you follow my page, you'll see that I'm quite into gnomes. Gnomes have been really big, so you can make your own little gnome as well with air dry clay. Another thing you can do is pencil holder to keep your pencils in. A whole load of different things. We've got, oh, this one is a magnet. So it's just got a little magnet stuck on the back. Number 1 mum, that says. So you can go to town, make anything you like, and if you've made something and you don't like it and you've changed your mind, you're going to be horrified what I'm going to do now. If you've made something and you're like, oh, I don't really like that, I want to make something else, scrap it, start again. Get all your clay, squash it back up and start again. Sometimes that's good if you're just in the mood to play with clay. Clay is so therapeutic, just to touch it and to feel. You don't actually have to make things, like just squashing it and feeling it, but keep it hydrated. So if you're playing for it a wee while, you'll feel it getting harder and you feel it getting drier. So if you've done that for a wee while and nothing's going to happen to it, you need to put it back in a bag, sprinkle it with water, spray it with water, close the bag up, leave it for a wee while to rehydrate again. But it's endless, so have lots of fun. If there's anything you want to ask, you can drop me a message. I'm happy to answer things. There's loads of things on the website, not my website, on any website online, for air dry clay, and have fun. Okay, thanks, bye.